What's up, fellas? Today we're revisiting Reddit to try to find some very funny cheating stories, dude. It's so hard to, at least as of recent, to find content that I'm actually really passionate about. Dude, I make a lot of videos where I get to the end and I don't even bother editing. I was like, stupid fucking video, even if it's like entertaining to some people. I was like, dude, it's hard to talk about shit you don't care about is what I'm trying to say. But I love reading these stories on Reddit because some of them are funny. So I don't know if we're going to read this one that I've got pulled up here and then that's going to be the end of it, or we're going to read like 3 or 4, because in my head I want to find like something that is like really long, that is like a 10-minute read and a really good story. But as I skimmed through these, I couldn't find any long ones, maybe like some 2-minute reads. So let me get this up on the screen here. By Throwaway235191, 7 fucking years ago. Okay, so this story is not as dramatic as the shit with cum brownies and shit. It is really, though. It is actually real, though. I assume he had another story that was like that. I really don't understand Reddit, but he's got like a gold medal next to his name. What does that mean? Gives 100 Reddit coins a week of R lounge access and ad-free browsing. I don't even know what the hell any of this means. We met when we were both young. We hit it off and we get together. We moved to her homeland. I struggle with a new country, new language, getting a job and all that shit. A few years into this, I found out there's some guy. We fight, we make up. She promises not to see him again. I don't want to be a dictator, so when I found out she's still meeting him sometimes for lunch, I just tried being cool. Ooh, that's tough though. On and off for years, I would worry about this cunt, and I would ask her regularly if shit was cool, between us was cool, which would make me feel like this was all good. Man, that's a tough spot. It's like barely a tough spot to be in. I know what I would do in that situation, but it's hard to tell if you like somebody a lot, it's hard to just drop somebody. We moved cities, we got a nice apartment, we start planning kids. I asked her to marry me. Damn. We have a huge engagement party. A year or two later, we have a massive sick wedding. We have a crazy honeymoon. We start to pick dates on starting with a kid. We have a kid. A week ago, I see another text from this dude, and I just snap. Damn, dude, he like skipped. Like, there's a lot of important shit he skipped, I feel like. I go into uber detective mode, start cross-examining her. I pick out some details, I isolate her best friend, and start getting shit out of her. My wife lies every effing minute, denying details, swearing shit to my face, but 10 minutes later admitting more shit. For 3 effing weeks. Every night is a nightmare as I try to come to terms with whatever new shit she just admitted. And in the morning I would ask her yet again, is that really it? And no, there was always more. In the end, I just go to this effing guy's house and breaks down, and he breaks down and tells me everything. They have been regular fuck buddies for 7 effing years. During our engagement, wedding, right up to where we started to go for kids. Jeez, man. In parentheses, DNA test is in the mail. This effing, not saying that word, this effing wife was banging him bareback. Yo. Actually contracted genital warts off him and never thought to mention it. Shit. His partner this whole time also had no clue. My wife effed him in our own bed when I was away visiting family. God damn. An almost 15-year relationship down the effing drain. I wouldn't even mind so much, but this guy is a big fat effing mess. Gold to anyone who gives me some decent effing advice right now. Dude, that's some... How do you give a... That's the advice is, you know, if you had a time machine, you should have went back in time and ended that shit earlier. So these are all still comments. There's a long-ass thread. How the hell... Dude, where the hell's the next thing? I'm so confused right now. Am I past that story? I don't understand how to actually tell when I'm past it. I'm so dumb. I can't tell. Like, it's like grayed out here. This guy says, your life can really begin from this moment forward. No more lies or pain or suffering. I hope you read this. It is time to begin a whole new you. Find a woman who will love and respect you. Respect is possibly the most important part of a relationship. It prevents cheating, creates deeper, more meaningful love, and cultivates friendship. You must earn this respect by yourself being loyal and loving and providing, but maintain a deep friendship with her too. You knew she was this way. From years of personal first-hand experience, you knew she was this way, yet you choose to stay in. Be betrayed by both her and yourself. For whatever reason you had, you chose to stick it out. My man's speaking facts, though. Literally straight up facts. Here we go. I hate people. I was engaged a couple months ago. It was weird to think about that now. Everything was going well, though now I think I should have put more stock into those signs that were there. I just didn't think she'd be worried enough about our differences in experience to actually cheat. Anyway, we weren't, spoiler alert, anyway, we were engaged. She and I had a mutual friend that she met because of me, that worked at an aquarium for an internship or something. She wanted to make a trip out to the aquarium. Parentheses, she is a marine biologist, parentheses, and said he could get her in for free. He was the only contact out near there, so she was going to stay with him. Naturally, I was very uncomfortable with this. She assured me and told me to trust her. Though I'm uncomfortable, I decide that I can trust her. She's in love with me after all, right? We're engaged, and she told me how unattractive she found the guy. Parentheses, I won't deny this, I'm a pretty good looking guy and I'm confident in that. Parentheses, as far as I'm aware, nothing happened this time, but she said at some point that she wanted to give resumes and stuff out that she hadn't gotten to do last time. So a month later she was going to go again. But I didn't find out until a week and a half before it was happening. Once again, I was uncomfortable, but I knew it would just cause a fight if I voiced that. And hell, nothing happened last time, right? So I trusted her. I tried to be happy for the potential prospects for her in her field. I was uncomfortable, very uncomfortable, and she hadn't really been talking with me via text while she was gone. So, I talked with a female friend that helped me calm myself. She said the same thing, that the girl loves me and that I should trust her. It made me feel better to hear from someone else. Well, she cheated on me. It's really not funny, but we talked a lot. I decided that we could work it through. I was mad and I ended our engagement, but I felt that where the fuck did I trust her and made me feel better here. Well, she cheated on me. We talked and I decided that we could work it through it. I was mad and I ended our engagement, but I still felt that we could work through it and it'll all be okay. She kept being indecisive about it all. I couldn't comprehend why she would be indecisive. She made a mistake. It's not impossible to fix something like that. But she decided to leave me for the other guy. Damn, dude. Damn, that took a stark turn, dude. That's fuck me. Edit. I have a new girlfriend now and I'm happy. Though that all hurt more than I thought it would to write, I moved on mentally pretty quickly. I did nothing wrong. I'm the better man, and I feel strong and sure of myself. I don't know, man. You're not convincing me. That's awful. I went through a similar situation. She denied everything right up until I came home from work early, and her fuck, I can't read. I went through a similar situation. She denied everything right up until I came home from work early, and her with another guy in my room. I didn't handle it very well. Ended up getting arrested, but the worst part was for me is that she was the only person in my life for 5 years and I literally had no one. That's the worst. When you rely on someone for that happiness and then you get fucked. I started to call her just to talk, but would wind up hating myself for talking to her. Tried dating other girls, but would wind up thinking about it. So my advice is to get some good guy friends and forget about girls for a while. Just party and have fun. Do stuff that she didn't allow you to do while you were all together. This is just advice. And somehow he gets into like his hobbies here, I assume. Yeah, so I thought this was going to be funny as shit. Like some guys would be laughing at themselves. Like say that they'd walk in on their wife like having an orgy with a bunch of dudes. But no, this is actually sad. Like yeah, like genuinely sad. And yet here I am trying to make it your all's entertainment. Cheating related story. My boss, an enthusiastic outdoorsman and very gentle fellow, comes to work one day with a black eye and a puffy face. I ask him what happened. He explains that there was a fist fight at the AGM of his hunt. Apparently there was a member who had recently split from his wife. They had just married and had their first child. Unfortunately for their marriage, the child was born Chinese. Damn. Both husband and wife in this instance being Caucasian. That reminds me of the scene. I don't know if you guys ever seen Due Date with Zach Galifianakis and Robert Downey Jr. I don't know how I nearly forgot his name. Whenever like there's like a whole like subplot of like his kid not actually being his kid because it's a due date. He's trying to get to like his wife's in labor and he's trying to get there, and he actually walks in the wrong room and it's like a black baby. He's like, what the fuck? And that reminded me of that. Apparently there was a member who had recently split from his wife. They just married and had their first child. Unfortunately for their marriage, the child was born Chinese. Both husband and wife in the assistant being Caucasian. This chap didn't discover this until the child was born, whereupon his wife confessed to committing an act of desperate passion on the floor of a Chinese chip shop with one of the staff during her hen night, her bachelorette. What the fuck is a chip shop? That just sounds racist. My boss was injured in the fracas that erupted after one of the members of the hut decided that 4 months after the fact was long enough and that he could crack a joke about it during his speech to assembled members of the hunt. He claimed afterwards that George had no sense of... Yeah, it's kind of fucked up, yo. Yeah, that is kind of fucked up. I'd beat the shit out of you for that as well. Okay, that was pretty funny. Maybe we'll get into some more later in the week. I'm actually going to be traveling to Georgia next week. I think I'll leave Monday. So I'm going to hopefully prep a video for every day of the week. I just need to sit down and actually find... It's hard to find content, honestly. Like, I want to post every day, but some days I wake up, I search Google, fucking read a bunch of articles, like nothing interesting. Nothing I can just sit here and talk about for 10 minutes and 50 seconds. You know what I mean? And that's what sucks sometimes. So that was fun. I do have like video ideas, like reading the Reddit stories. Funny to me. I like doing that. It's just hard to find a great story. I like, you seen the rant video I posted a couple weeks ago. Some days I just go to work and I rant to people for like an hour about the dumbest shit. Yo, I just fucking breathed in a fucking gnat, yo. Dude, that legitimately went down my throat. Okay, I'm ending it on that note. Fuck whatever I was about to talk about.